I hate people that ring me up to talk about the weather, which is kind of how I lost my job in mountain rescue. I went into a bookshop and asked for a book on turtles. Hardback, said the shop person. I said, yes, those the ones with little heads.
Actual jokes this week.
Actual jokes, yeah. When I was young, I started crying when my dad started cutting onions. I loved that hamster. You can see he's working. He's working. I might go for another one. Hold on. Oh God. By the way, a little message before we go on. To whoever stole my copy of Microsoft Office, I will find you. You have my word. Anyway, right, and on that note, hello everyone, and welcome to the Black Dog number 207. I'm Lee.
I'm Darren.
Hello, Mr. Oh, sorry, that was last week.
I'm happy, lovely gnome. My name is Help.
I am
Jim.
Father Jim El Papa.
Yes. Kiss the ring. No, not that one.
Golami.
Golami. Golami. Okay. Anyway.
I'm Elton as well, by the way.
Yeah, oh, you're there as well.
Yes, I'm
cool.
here, yes.
Excellent. Brilliant. Oh, Jesus, that's a good start. And there goes my lungs. Anyway. Oh, God, it's going to turn into Bob Fleming, isn't it? From the Fast Show. Everyone. Anyway, hello. Welcome to 207. Yes, this week we will see how everyone's week's been. We will do a little bit of feedback for last week's episode, which was Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. And then we will do maybe a little bit of questions and answers with Asking for Trouble, depending on our runtime. And then finally we move on. We jump on our hot rod Ferrari Vespa. And we do what, Dal? What are we doing?
We are being exorcists and shit in Italy.
That's
bella,
right.
Bella pasta. Yeah. There we go.
allora. Molte bene. Grame. Yes.
That's like the shittest Duolingo tape I've ever heard, isn't it?
Yeah, you haven't done Duolingo today. I'm coming to break your knees. Yes. Anyway, so we will be doing the Pope's Exorcist. Not literally. We will just be doing the movie. But until then, let's find out how everyone's week's been. Jim, how's it been, sir? Have you been felt up by Pan's people this week?
No, not yet. No.
Right.
I did have an appointment with a registrar who was rather nice, but there was no physical exams involved, thankfully, this week.
Right, okay. Fair enough.
That'll be next week's story.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
So, I am booked in for the camera work on the 20th.
Ron Howard and Christopher Nolan standing there.
Yeah. Make sure they get you good side.
The week after next to the 20th of Thursday. So, yeah.
Oh, God.
But,
Okay.
yeah, I know. But, yes, as I say, I've actually really been wrangling an awful lot of appointments at the minute.
Yeah.
On various fronts.
Oh, dear.
I have a sheaf of papers here.
Oh, God. Why?
Well, just follow-up appointments with this, that, and the others. So I was seeing this registrar today at the local hospital who went through kind of, right, here's all the appointments, this is what's happening, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow I've got a pre-appointment for the colonoscopy where they're probably going to take my weight, my blood pressure, all that stuff, and go through what's going to happen. The week after I've got that. The week after that I'm having another CT scan.
Oh, good Lord.
Yes, and then the week after that, I've got a telephone appointment for University College Hospital in London.
Oh, yes.
Because they say in April I will be seeing a specialist, and there's 3 appointments then. So,
Oh, God.
and so I'm just sort of been planning what is going on basically, and going, okay, right, what's happening where? Right, I need a folder for this. I've got to that age now where I can't cope with more than too many things going on at once.
Yeah.
Especially if they involve going somewhere.
Yes, yeah.
More than twice a week, I'm not interested. But
if I have to do more than catch a bus, I don't want to know. I need it written in triplicate.
Yep. It's terrible, this getting old business. It's really
God,
annoying.
Yeah. Certainly is.
But other than that, I have been quite enjoying playing the Indiana Jones game.
Hey!
Which I'm finding just tremendous fun and just completely nailing what Indiana Jones should be about.
Punching Nazis, basically.
Yeah, basically. I'm having a great time. I'm just in the first bit in Rome, and I'm having great fun punching fascists with a variety of, anything to hand.
Nice.
I like the fact you get a special order where you smack one over the head with a guitar. Or a fly swatter. There's a pest control award for you hit them with a fly swatter.
Nice.
So that is it's a really good, fun game, because it is kind of, I think it captures sort of the tone of of Raiders, basically.
Yeah.
And Last Crusade, and in a way that all the other films absolutely dropped the ball on.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's got the humour, and I think it's one of those things for games when you're playing like a hero, if you know what I mean. It is kind of, it can be a bit tricky because you can be too powerful and the game can be too easy. Whereas this just leans into the kind of scruffy, kind of heroic, but also kind of a bit lucky and has to improvise sort of way. Because you can try and do things very stealthily, but if you fuck up, you're Indiana Jones, you can still smack a Nazi in the face quite easily and take on 2 or 3 of them without really worrying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the power balance is just about right, because you can knock out 2 or 3 Nazis, but if you get like 6 Italian fascists with clubs, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And there's that kind of, there's an inbuilt sort of, I think, very like indie clumsiness built into it.
Yes.
Which I think works really well. And so it looks fabulous. And the guys standing in for Harrison Ford he's doing a sterling job.
Yeah, Troy Baker is his name.
Yes, really good. I actually looked at me, bloody hell, it's not Harrison Ford.
No.
Well done.
Yeah, he's also just so you know, he's also in the TV. He's also in The Last of Us as the voice of Joel, and turns up in the TV show as Pedro Pascal's brother. Yeah. So there you go.
I thought you were going to say he voiced Wallace as well for a minute.
Yeah. You know, he did Gromit, actually. He was full method. Yeah. Marcel Marceau did Wallace. in a turnabout that was not expected. Yeah. Yeah.
But other than that, the only thing I've done this week, a real note, was I went viral.
You went viral?
Yeah, well, I was scrolling on Facebook and actually saw something from a group I actually follow, which was rare.
Yeah.
And it was a still from the 70s Salem's Lot. With
yes.
David Soul and James Mason.
Yeah.
But the way they were posed, I just, you scroll through it and I thought, is that a picture of Minder? And no, it's not. So actually, I put this out onto the old social medias going, I was idly scrolling and came across this picture from the Toby Hooper Salem's Lot. And I thought, for a second, hang on, I didn't know they'd done an American remake of Minder. Fucking went through the roof. My phone didn't stop bleeping for 3 fucking days.
Well, David Soul was an actor and a singer. So
everyone did the theme. He could sing the theme tune joke. Everyone did
he could, yeah.
When I last looked, it had over 25,000 views on Threads alone.
On Threads? No one's on there.
That's
Another one
impressive.
did on Blue Sky, but both of them were just like chirruping away.
Yeah.
Mastodon, nothing.
No.
Surprise, surprise.
It's about
Instagram, nothing. Surprise, surprise. Facebook, nothing.
Mm.
But Threads and Blue Sky, that went through the fucking roof. So just like,
Yeah. Oh,
that's
yeah.
typical, isn't it? Just stupid off the cuff remark. That's it. All my hard work, nothing. But a stupid remark about Minder.
Yes.
On it.
Yes. Yeah, that's the internet for you. I always go back to that story about the fact that when I started my Instagram page and I did all these portraits and taking days over digital oil paintings of David Tennant and Logan and all this kind of thing. And the one that actually went through the roof was a doodle based on a Creech-Anuary prompt, which was Satan's pet, and I did a guinea pig standing in a fiery circle with tiny little horns, and everyone went and it's like, motherfucker, I've done my 10,000 hours of practice to do all this fantastic art, and I sketched a fucking hamster off the cuff in 5 minutes flat, and everyone went nuts, bastards.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, it is ridiculous. Anyway, so it's all gone viral. Have you picked up hundreds and thousands of new followers then?
I got quite a few, actually, yeah. And I have noticed other posts have been doing better. Like people have actually seen them. So it's all good. And in fairness, it did, if you just glanced at it, it did look really like Minder. It was something about the composition. It must have been like almost kind of the Minder template for publicity stills. Even James Mason even had like a little felt hat on, you know what I mean? It was absolutely insane.
And a camel coat.
I'll find it and put it in the chat. Where is it?
Oh, that'd be great, yeah.
Right,
did he have a tab behind the bar at the Winchester?
Yeah. All right, Mr. Striker. What can I get you? A pint of mild, please. And a packet of pork scratchings.
Right, when Facebook sorts its life out, I will put it in the chat.
Yes, go for it.
I have to wait for it because it's being a dickhead. God, this is such a shonky platform now.
Hold on. Good. Sorry, Jim, you press the button. I'll just do some music. Hold on.
All right. Okay. Coming up now, hopefully.
Okay.
Right, here we are.
Hold on.
The American Minder, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Fucking yes. That's uncanny. I'm not going to lie.
It's weird, isn't it?
It is.
There's so many people going. Honestly, before I even read your caption, that's what I thought. Somehow they got the essence of a Minder publicity still by accident.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'd watch the shit out of that, actually. James Mason as Arthur Daly. Yeah. I've been talking to her inside the doors.
You'll be him indoors. Don't wake Mr. Barlow. Terry, we need to get a present for him.
Yes.
That young Glick boy, maybe.
Yes, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to get a nice Ford Cortina with some nice leather trim and those beaded seats for Mr. Barlow. Brilliant. Oh, my God.
Terry, have you seen those magazines with the Herbert in the leather and the bird with the whip?
I can be so good for you. Yeah. Oh my God, that's just genius. That is brilliant. Wow. That's something else. In fact, hold on. I know this isn't great podcast material, but I've just got to put this up. I've got to put this up because this.
Arthur Daly.
Little dodger maybe, but underneath he's all right. I mean, it's right there.
I've got 25 satellite dishes made in Russia. They can only receive Chinese TV. 25 quid a pop.
There you go. I mean, it's not a million miles away, is it?
Nope.
It's in the chat, chaps.
I've got a genuine Formica Elizabethan top here.
Wow. I mean,
It's
just
Audium microwave.
It's a full Tudor drinks cabinet from MFI. Anyway. Oh, well, I can see why it went viral.
Shakespeare's skull here, and I've also got one of him as a boy.
Oh dear! Half the American audience and the international audience are just sitting there going, "What?" And anyone under the age of 30 is going, "What? What is this shit?"
Yep, it's a very niche British audience we're playing to at the moment.
Yeah, those silly old
but
bastards.
A big one apparently, according to my metrics.
Yeah, I was going to say you've done quite well. That's amazing.
25k views on by Saturday afternoon. That was ridiculous.
Who knew Minder was that popular?
I don't know.
I didn't think it had 25,000 people watching it when it was on telly.
Very, very strange.
Oh dear. Oh well, maybe it's time for a reboot.
The Mindercast.
Mindercast. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, we just do an episode of Minder every week.
Oh, let's do it. But not that fucking revamped shit that they brought back with some other bloke in Terry's place.
Oh, yeah, Michael,
or
whatever his name is. Yeah,
yeah.
No, let's not do that.
No, screw that.
No, screw that.
It's Waterman or nothing.
Yeah. Sing the theme tune. Write the theme tune. I can be so good for you. Anyway. Well, that's good news, Jim. I'm glad you got some viral recognition. Certainly more than Dennis Waterman's had for about 50
Well, this
years.
is it.
Nice. Oh, there's a Minder computer game. I didn't even know that. God, dear. On the ZX Spectrum.
The Minder Spectrum game is incredibly difficult.
Yes.
It's like an open world game. Literally, you've got stuff and you go around dodgy lockups trying to flog it. It's kind of like GTA. It's a bit like GTA without running people down, basically. But this was done in the early 80s.
Is it as good as the Give My Regards to Broad Street video game?
Shut up, you tart. Don't remind me of that. Every time you remind me of that, the ghost of Paul McCartney gets one step closer, like It Follows. He's getting closer.
You do realise that whenever every other Beatle dies, he goes through the quickening, didn't you?
And he never dies.
Yeah, exactly. He's like Keith Richards. Whenever a rock star dies, Keith Richards goes through the quickening.
Yeah, I bet he does.
Yep.
Motherfuckers. Just fuck off, Paul McCartney. Anyway, sorry, Jim, carry on.
No, that's it from us. The highlight of my week going viral with that.
Oh, right.
Won't get any better than this.
No, that's it. I can only go downhill from here. So, Elton, how's your week?
Pretty quiet, but I've got two things. First off, I watched a series. It was on Netflix, I think it was, called The Walk-In.
Oh, yeah.
This is about, I'll read you the blurb from IMDb. It says, a journalist tries to uncover the plans of a neo-Nazi organization that has been involved in the murder of an MP. But it's really good. I really enjoyed this. Yeah, it's got Stephen Graham in it. He's like in the lead cast. So I always think he's a good sign of things anyway. I've never seen him do a bad thing, I don't think.
I have. He went down the pub with my brother for a couple of weeks.
Oh, but there you go.
That was a bad thing. Anyway, carry on.
But yeah,
don't worry, I'm not joking.
Apart from going to Bromley or wherever it was,
it was Peckham. But yeah, go on.
Peckham. Oh, there you go. That's like the bad side of Bromley, isn't it? So.
Yeah. Bad side of Bromley. Do you know how far away Peckham is from Bromley? Because you got Lewisham and Catford at least,
and New Cross
in between them, and New Cross,
all right,
and Deptford.
All right. I know where it is.
Elton, have you ever had a hand in writing any Harrison Ford movies at all?
The location.
Yeah, like Clear and Present Danger or something like that, that sort of thing.
I was actually involved in the script on one of the Avenger movies where they start in Greenwich and end up in Leicester Square, I think.
Oh, you wrote that scene with Thor on the tube train.
Yes,
right.
I did, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just impressed that you know about the Thor and the Avenger and the tube train.
You're welcome.
I mean, well done.
You're welcome.
Yeah, cool.
You got that reference.
He did. And
I got that reference as well.
Yeah.
There you go. What have we done to him?
I don't know. Crossing of the streams. I'm talking about 20-sided dice for Ferrari tactics, and he's now talking about superheroes. What the fuck?
Still don't know how you know about that. God damn it.
Well, what can I say? Just sometimes I just listen in on the competition, that's all. Anyway, go on, carry on.
Yeah, I would recommend this. It's, I forget, 6 episodes, I think it is. It's not too heavy. Well, it's not too much to digest. Well, yeah, it is actually. Yeah, the subject is. But it's really good. I think it's worth a watch.
Nice.
And in real life, mate, sorry, I'm going to say it. IT people.
Hold on, wait a second. I'm just going to do a clap. Ready?
Yeah.
So if you go too far, we can cut it there.
Oh, okay, fine. Yes. Gotcha. Thank you.
There will now be a short intermission.
There you go.
Talking about interesting, shall we say, family photographs being found on somebody's laptop. Many years ago, when I worked for a certain bank in London, one of the IT guys who was in sort of like one of the corner offices there suddenly called us all in. They said, "You need to come and have a look at this." Some bloke has put some rather spicy pictures on there, right? And we're like, is he serious? He's stuck all this dodgy stuff on his device? And one of the guys has looked at it and he's gone, "I think that's his wife." And it's like, okay, fine, fair enough. And after I think some of the guys, like, "Oh yeah, this is terrible. I mean, those are terrible. Oh, what? This is disgusting." Yeah,
let me have another look.
The sound of USB sticks clicking away.
Yeah, the CD burner sort of like something
whizzing
spinning up.
Is this a printable resolution?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, that's a terrible thing. Can I get 2 copies? A4 gloss. Yeah,
download in 4K.
Yeah. Can I have it laminated, please? Yeah. Why is that? Oh, no reason. No reason. I live in it's a dirty environment I live in. I like to have things that are wiped clean. So,
why would people put stuff like that on their work computers, though?
Because they're fucking idiots. That's why.
That's why we get the lock screen stuff done. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because they don't. Yeah. Go on.
If anybody is out there and if they do have dodgy material, I mean, not that you should, even the least computer literate person should have learnt this fucking lesson by now. But trust me on this, your IT department will sift through those photographs. Okay? That's it. Without a word of a lie, they'll be having a giggle at it. Yeah. And then they'll get something done. But everybody will know. And you will get those looks. People were, "Oh, all right, mate." Yeah.
When
been on any holidays recently? Yeah.
When or if you ever find them photos, do you have a responsibility to report that to someone in like HR or do you have to report that? Or
well, I don't know if the engineer did. I mean, depends, I suppose, on whether you actually if they actually like that person. Because
can they tap them on the shoulder and just say, "Wait, maybe you shouldn't have that on there."
Initially, it's a kind of a discretion thing. Again, I'm only speaking as an IT person from like 35 years ago, but it used to be that it was a discretion thing. You turn around and you go, maybe not. And if they carry on doing it, or it gets spotted by someone a lot higher up the roll, then you go, well, you've only got yourself to blame at this point, you fucking idiots, and please accept this IT slapdown from on high.
Yeah, but if cybersecurity get hold of it, they are very much like, shall we say, customs at an American airport.
Yeah,
customs and exercise. No, that's your lot. You will get done.
Yeah, because that's what they live for, and otherwise they're just sitting there doing patches all day.
Doesn't happen every day, does it?
No,
we haven't put these rubber gloves on for a long, long time.
Yeah. It's been a long while. They're literally in stasis. It's like Alien. They're all in like pods.
Yep.
The security team, and then once a little light goes on, goes doot, 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 and says something dodgy's happening, it all opens up.
We got one.
There's rolling ice, and they all just step out and just go, we've been called.
You have to be very careful. Very careful.
They're like mega city
like
judges.
The Cenobites.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You called.
Yes.
We came.
Yeah.
Explorers in the further hard drives.
You opened the pawn. We came.
So like the Witchfinder General. Ah, forsooth, one of you is a witch.
No.
Porno witch.
That's not true, though. It's not a Catholic Church thing, the Spanish Inquisition. It's all a lie.
The Witchfinders from England. The Witchfinder General.
All right. You are a witch.
You're a witch. If you're sick, you are a witch. Oh, no, what's it? No, if you sink, you are innocent. If you float and you survive, you're a witch. So I'm dead either way, then.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. What does wood do? It floats. And what else floats? A duck. That's right. So
precisely.
If she weighs as much as a duck, she's a witch. We can burn her.
We shall use my larger scales.
Who are you, a man of such science? Wise and always of science. She turned me into a newt. A newt? I got better. Right. Anything else, sir?
No, that's it.
Well, in which case we shall move on to you, Dal, I guess.
Yes.
What's your week been like?
Not much this week.
No.
No. Let's see. What's the most I did? Started playing Dredge, this time to completion. And I have to say, even though I've been told
like that.
Sorry.
Didn't have to say it like that. Not after we've just had a load of conversations about porn photos.
Yeah, exactly.
I played Dredge to completion.
I played Dredge. Yeah, it's right there, right to the finish. Yep.
Vinegar strokes.
Yeah. Yep. Right. Something for the weekend, sir.
Little bit of Dredge.
Yeah, a little bit of Dredge. I heard there were at least two endings to this: a good ending and a bad ending.
That's right.
And having played the game and watched and gone through the bad ending, the supposed bad ending, and watched the supposed good ending, I have to say there is no good ending. They're both pretty fucking awful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you think about it, because it's not happy. Either ending is just not happy at all.
No.
So, but apart from that, the game, absolutely brilliant. Loved it. I'm going to reinstall it again at some point when I get some cash together to get the DLC pack that's come out with the 3 DLCs in it. So looking forward to going back to that. Let's see, this week didn't actually go to the cinema. I will be making up for that this week though. I'm going to see a couple of films, but this week didn't actually go and see anything at all. I did watch a show called Beacon 23.
Oh yeah,
which is about like a lighthouse, an interstellar lighthouse, stuck out in the middle of nowhere.
Is this with Liv Tyler?
No, it's Lena Headey, the one who played Cersei in Game of Thrones.
Mama.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Mama. Yeah, indeed. It's okay. I think it's trying to be The Expanse, if I've got to be honest. There are one or two nice ideas, like the firearms that they've got that they use are not like energy bolts at all. I think it's like sonic waves. You see them fire. When they fire it, like fires like a ring shape, sort of like blast at whoever gets, they're being aimed at. So there's no puncturing like the hull of a ship or anything like this. There's a nice sort of thing with the gravity on this that they do. Like they get to a certain point midway and they have to kind of flip over on the ladder so they don't fall on their heads when they get to the very top, because there's a midpoint where there's no gravity. But you know what I mean? See, I don't know if you saw that, the new version of Total Recall, where they've got that train that goes through the center of the earth and then the gravity flips on that.
That is scientifically the stupidest thing known to man.
Exactly.
I did a 20-minute rant on, what was it, the podcast that you guys did with Chris Johnson about that, fucking going through the center of the earth.
Witless for the defense.
Witless for the defense. That's it. Fuck that film. Fuck it right in the ear. But yes, I get the scientific principle of going through the center of a planet. Sorry, carry on.
Never mind. So there was that. That was all right. I've watched 2 episodes of that, and that was okay. Like I say, I think it's trying to be The Expanse.
Yes,
but I don't know whether it will be successful at imitating that. It's almost like,
is it new or is it old?
I think it's new.
Because okay.
I could be wrong. There's 2 seasons of it out at the moment.
Okay.
I can't remember where I flipping watched it now. I think it was one of the MGM.
It's okay, mate. Don't worry. Carry on anyway. Go on. I'll find it at some point.
No problem. Let's see what. And also pleased to see the Invincible is back.
Right. Yep. Cool.
Season 3. So I've just watched episode 1 of that. It's one of those things where they release 1 episode a week, which I think is, it can be better. I think it allows you to digest it. And it's back with a bit of a bang this season. So, with the threat of the Viltrumite Empire growing more, and but the main character himself is getting stronger now and getting faster, and because he's going through certain training. So, trying to be as strong as his father was.
Yes, without spoiling things.
Yes. So, really enjoying that. And I've just bought that's it, yes, with the rest of the money I had left from buying the headphones from your wonderful Christmas present. I've bought the graphic novel for Sentry, the Marvel version of Superman.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So I'm going to be reading that, starting that tomorrow. So I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard lots of good things about it. For anybody who doesn't know who Sentry is, as I say, he's like the Marvel version of Superman.
Don't worry, they'll find out in a couple of weeks.
Oh, they will, but I think they've adjusted the origin of this character. But he's the Marvel version of Superman, but he has some quite sort of serious mental health issues with it as well. Yeah. So it's not so straightforward. He's like he's apt to having fits of depression and stuff like this. You know, it really kind of it's an interesting take on it.
Yeah.
Because how does somebody who's got all this power, because he's supposed to have the power of 1 million exploding suns. I think that's what they say. Like I said, I don't know if the character is going to be that powerful when we see him on the big screen, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's I'll say it's an interesting take on that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yes. So I'll let you know next week what I think.
Nice. Okay, that sounds interesting. Cool.
Indeed it does.
Lovely. Okay, then very quickly for my week, nothing much has been going on except I did watch. I thought, you know what, Carol's here. Mm-hmm. She's back home from Australia.
Yep. And
she's been away for quite a few weeks, so her adjustment back to reality time zones, of having Greenwich Mean Time as opposed to being like 24 hours into the future. She's so she was a bit sort of woolly headed that on the Friday, and so I thought, you know what, we're just going to chill out and go for some low level, no brainer action pap on the telly. And everyone and all the socials and everything were kind of pointing at the new Cameron Diaz movie on Netflix called Back in Action. And apparently it's her first film she's done in 10 years. And judging by this, she should leave it another 10. Because fuck me, it was the stupid, even sleep deprived and completely out of someone's time zone. It was just utter bilge. I've never seen something so ridiculously dumb in all of my days. And I'm including the Pope's Exorcist in this. And there was not a single moment of Back in Action where I didn't sit there and go, but why? And I have no fear in spoiling it, but if anybody doesn't want to hear about Back in Action, they don't want it spoiled for them, just skip forward about 2 minutes. But there's a fight. Yeah. The idea is that this family, these two sexy spies played by Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz, they get it on at the beginning of the film, and they're into it, but they're two separate spies. And then at some point, Cameron Diaz finds out she's pregnant, so they decide to go AWOL. A mission goes wrong, and they use the cover of the plane exploding that they were on as a cover to sort of say that they've died. So they go undercover and they just leave the world behind and they go off grid. Anyway, cut forward X amount of years. They've got 2 kids. They're living in a little suburban house and it's all good until the people from the previous mission 15 or 20 odd years ago come looking for them. Then action ensues. And apparently the whole thing centers around a magic key that can turn absolutely anything off in the world ever.
Right. Okay.
And then what happens is it's a globe-trotting chase.
What is it? Is it an anarchy?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And it's got Andrew Scott, who's normally a very good actor, playing the head of MI6, who still holds a little crush for Cameron Diaz, and so he feels like by helping her out, he can somehow win her back from Jamie Foxx for reasons I don't quite get. And then there's Glenn Close as her estranged mother, and the story just rambles on over and over again, and it just makes no sense at any point. And hilariously, there is a fight on a boat on the Thames, yeah? Right. At which point, there's the 2 kids, Jamie Foxx, Cameron Diaz, and one guy, right? The one guy is unarmed. He's driving the boat, and he's pressed a button to raise the Thames barrier. And if he gets through the Thames barrier before it raises, he will escape, because apparently helicopters aren't a thing. And
lost in the wilds of Cricklewood.
Yeah, he'll be lost in the wilds of Tilbury Docks. I mean, it will really be, he'll get away. And so they have a fight on this boat with this guy. It's racing towards the Thames barrier. And then finally, they realise that the boat, if it doesn't steer away or slow down, is going to crash into the Thames barrier. Now, I don't know about you, but boats don't go that fast, even when they're really fast. And this wasn't really fast. This wasn't like a sort of jet boat, one of those racing jet boats. It literally is 5 miles an hour kind of sort of thing. It's those kind of boats you get in fucking Last Crusade when they're going up and down London Docklands pretending it's Venice. And it's and it's like, okay, fine. They're racing along, they're having a fight, and then Cameron Diaz comes up with the fantastic idea, and I'm not joking about this, that if they throw all the kids off the boat into the Thames, and her and Jamie Foxx jump off into the Thames, the boat will smash into the Thames barrier and explode. There's no explosives on this boat.
Right, okay.
It's doing about 15 mile an hour, and the Thames barrier is about a foot off the water. At worst, what you're going to get is the same sort of explosion as you get with a paddle boat on a pond bumping into another paddle boat. But no, they jump off this boat, and it smashes. It literally smashes into the Thames barrier, and it was like that. When the barge falls off the aqueduct in fucking Wallace and Gromit, and it turned into that sort of Die Hard 2 sort of. You think, I could have stopped this boat with my foot, and it just kind of, and then everyone's going, oh, but the bad guy, he escaped, and it's like, oh, there'll be a sequel. No, they fucking won't. Because it's insanely. I literally lost IQ points watching that film. It is so fucking dull.
Did they end up with Ebola from the River Thames?
Well, no. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't just die from being in the River Thames, because only one of the kids had a flotation device, and the currents are pretty strong on that bloody river, especially at night.
Dragged down by a shopping trolley.
Exactly. Yeah. Cameron Diaz comes up with a condom on the top of her head, and Jamie Foxx has got at least one used tampon stuck down his collar. But yeah, it's just fucking stupid. It really is one of the stupidest fucking films I've watched in a long time. And like I say, and I'm including the Pope's Exorcist in that, because I tell you, I both me and Carol got to the end of Back in Action, and we went, what the fuck have we just watched? And why did we watch it right to the fucking end? And yeah, there's nothing else you can say about it, really. Just don't watch it. Just don't watch it. It's rubbish. Absolute shit. You're welcome.
Cool.
So that
kind of reminds me of another Cameron Diaz team up from a good few years ago. Her and Tom Cruise in
Night and Day.
Night and Day. Yeah, you can see that they had a bit of a budgetary issue on that, because every time it strayed to a scene where they thought the budget was going to go over the top, right? That we can't do this. They'd knock her unconscious. It happens 4 times in that film.
That's just because of her acting. It just makes things a lot quicker if they don't have to direct her.
Oh god, I mean, so boring.
Oh my god,
boring film.
Yeah, that was like a haunted scarecrow being strapped to the back of Tom Cruise that you had to just carry around. Just don't. Yeah. Anyway, right. Let's move on. Yeah, it's on Netflix if anyone does want to watch it. But if you think you've got 2 expert spies and they get, shall we say, convinced by a squib that someone has been killed. It's like, oh, someone's been killed, but oh no, he's not really dead because he got splattered in the face with a bowl of paint. It's like, oh, all right. That's what you're dealing with. That's the level of complexity and plot depth you are dealing with. I just couldn't. And the worst thing of all is one of the billionaires who's going to buy this like anarchy is. I'm going to use that now, Jim. He's a guy who's a guy I've been seeing on a few TV adverts recently for Alzheimer's. So it's even funnier because this is old guy, you know. And every time I saw him, I just kept going, 8 o'clock. Is it 8 o'clock? because it's just this silly old sod in these big glasses, and it's like, oh yeah, he's a big evil billionaire, and it's like, no. Last time I saw him, he was standing there in his pants talking to his wife, who can't remember the time 8 o'clock. It was like, right, okay, that kind of sets the pace for this movie. You need to literally lobotomize yourself to enjoy this film. So, fuck it. Fuck Back in Action. Fuck it right up the arse. It's a load of old bollocks. But, you know, he didn't even have eye candy. I mean, if you want to go really shallow, Jamie Foxx just looks like he's embarrassed to be there, and Cameron Diaz looks like she's being sort of, she has to be dipped in a Lazarus pit every couple of weeks just to keep her moving.
God.
Is this Jamie Foxx's latest movie? Because wasn't he poorly?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, this film probably put him in hospital.
Right.
He probably cringed himself into a small spleen damaged ball. Just awful. It's just an awful film. Anyway, right. Let's have some feedback, shall we? Last week we did Wallace and Gromit. Hello, Mr. Wallace. And we did that, and we had some feedback. We had Murray Christensen, Murray the Pie Man, who said, I was a bit skeptical of this. It came along a good while after last Wallace and Gromit, and it featured a villain that was arguably from their breakout film. It all smacked of nostalgia bait cash-in. I was pleasantly surprised to find it utterly charming, well acted, beautifully animated, and a lot of fun. I do agree that Wallace does seem a bit more careless and self-absorbed than his usual, just completely unaware self. But other than that, it was loads of fun. We had Jeffrey Mark Hyman, who said, what an utterly delightful movie, a sheer joy to watch. It even manages to get in some nice messaging on the dangers of over-reliance on technology, if enough I can't say it, put running my teeth in for Cameron Diaz, and the extremely fickle nature of the media and the public. While our man down under, David Renane, Happy Dave Renane, said, neat and tidy. I have a controversial view on this one. Don't get me wrong, I liked it, but not as much as the others. All the other Wallace and Gromit stuff was new, and every iteration. This felt a bit best of to me. Maybe my mood was off, but I felt a lot of the beats were familiar. Gromit being forced out of his room by Norbert felt very familiar to Feathers displacing him in the socially in the wrong trousers. Gnome improvements felt like a bit of a spruce up and retread of the antics of Auntie Pesto and the window washing business. Again, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it, but I just thought it lacked a little spark, something new, and in fairness, for a series that's been running as long as this, some ideas are legitimately worth a revisit. Like Darren, while I like Feather's return, I hope there's a new villain in the next one. And can it be named the Quantum of Wallace?
Oh, that would be great.
Nice.
Yeah. After our comments about, like, don't have your passwords changed to cheese, Sean Gleason said, now I have to go and change all my passwords. While Ian Spaceship said, I really did enjoy that. Talking about the podcast in general, he said, I really did enjoy that. A ray of sunshine, those early mornings. I'm working on changing that. I was inwardly going, no, carry on, in reference to us turning around and saying, we won't just go and see this bit, it was in here, and no, this bit was in there. He goes, I suspect my gripe about that was more in delivery of the Facebookness of bombarding you with the same things on all the really obvious stuff. You get it right. It's fun. A lot of what you mentioned I completely missed, and I will rewatch it again. The people of Lancashire, thank you for the trigger warning for our lovely accents. I can't speak to the Yorkshire people. They're odd anyway, but the tea is nice. I did joke at Christmas that at the time I was triggered by the inclusion of gnomes. Many moons ago, I did a dark age reenactment, and I gained the nickname of Gnome on an account, and had a big hood, which someone sewed a bell into the inside, as I was supposed to be a sneaky bastard and would do stealth attacks. Every so often, someone still calls me it. Oh, and Moomin, but that's another story. Oh, okay. I feel like we should rename him. He's not Ian Spaceship. Instead, he should be Ian Moomin. But anyway, keep up the good work. Oh, and it's okay not to like something when it appears. 99% of the planet does like it. Like the Beatles. I just can't stand them. I'll get my coat. Going out strong there, Ian. Right. Okay. Let's see. What's the time? We won't do a questions and answers thing because we are running a little late. So I will stop it here. And we will be back next with the Pope's Exorcist. Cuckoo. Yes, that'll do. Cool. The Pope's Exorcist. Go on, what was that?
That's perfect.
Isn't it? If I could have just put a Vesper noise underneath that, I would have just absolutely done it perfectly. Anyway, cool. The Pope's Exorcist is a 2023, and it says here, checks notes, supernatural horror film. There's no mention of comedy in here, though, I notice. But anyway, supernatural horror film directed by Julius Avery. Julius Avery, who's done things like Overlord, and which is okay. That was the one with Nazis and zombies and basically
Bears oh my.
Nazis and zombies and bears oh my. Yeah, and Kurt Russell's son, Wyatt, as the main character. The screenplay by Michael Petroni and Evan Spilatopoulos, based on a 1990 book, An Exorcist Tells His Story. And the stories are quite good. You should read those, not the articles. And in
the books are good.
The books are good. And the 1992 book, An Exorcist, More Stories by Father Gabriele Alamorte. The film stars Russell Crowe as Amorte and Daniel Zavello, Alex Esso. Everyone's got O on the end. Daniel Zavello, Alex Esso, and Franco Nero.
That's to take the piss now.
And Bertie Polo. I mean, who else we got?
Russell Crowe, yo.
Russell Crowe, yo. Yeah. Eating a froyo. go. Right, so anyway, the film was released in several countries at the beginning of April in 2023, and in the United States, April 14th. He received mixed reviews from critics and grossed 70... Oh, I'm breaking the format. I'm breaking the format. Bloody Wikipedia in your new format. Oh God.
Just hand your membership card in at the desk there. Okay, just pack your things in your box and leave.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been at least 1 minute since my last confession. I almost said the box office. Cuckoo. So, before we go any further, it had a budget of $18 million. How much do you reckon it made at the box office, Darren?
I think it made 15 gallons of none-made espresso coffee.
None-made. Is that like milkmaid? Okay, cool. Jim, how much?
I think it made 7 million funky mopeds.
Yes, nice. Elton.
More scratches to the face than the Beastie Boys record.
Nice. Well, you're all wrong. What it actually made was at least one failed episode of DIY SOS.
Without Nick Knowles.
Without Nick Knowles. He was down the well. Anyway, yes, so we'll get around the table, find out what everyone thought. Darren, it was your pick, so you go last, because you know what you fucking did. You know what you fucking did. You sit in the corner. You think about what you did. We'll go around. No spoilers. Just let us know what you think of it, and we'll start with you, Elton.
Ooh. I had a bit of fun with this, actually. I thought it was daft. It's one of them movies where you're like, it's trying to be serious, and yet it's hitting a glass ceiling of seriousness where it just cannot break through. And it tries to go humorous, but it's just daft instead. That being said, I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was all right. I thought Russell Crowe was absolutely fucking superb in this.
Okay.
He's fucking brilliant.
Okay. Jim.
Well, this was a second time watch for me.
Mm.
But I must admit, I couldn't remember too much about the plot. And watching a second round, I remember why. Because no, probably as well. I'll leave that for the main discussion. But basically, though, I can quite happily watch Russell Crowe being a big fat beast on a moped for any number of hours. And, I mean, it is absolute tosh, but it is. It is fairly entertaining. Though a bit of a game of two halves, I think. Though,
yes.
For reasons I'll get into. And the other thing for me personally, it was also nice to see Franco Nero, who is he's a proper old school Italian actor. He was the original Django.
Yes.
In the spaghetti western, also a very fine jellicle of Fifth Chord. But also for Black Dog fans, he also did a thriller called Day of the Owl.
Day of the Owl, Mr. Owl. Where is Mr. Owl? That dirty
drunk in
old
a corner.
soak. Mad old soak. Where is he? Cool. Right. For me, I genuinely at one point thought this was a comedy. I thought if Russell Crowe wasn't available and he wasn't dead, Leslie Nielsen would have been in the main role of this.
Or Russ Abbott.
Or Russ Abbott. Yeah. Oh, fucking you pick a comedy actor and stick him in this role, and I tell you what, you wouldn't need to change a single frame of it. It would just be
Rowan Atkinson would work really well, wouldn't it?
Exactly. Gene Wilder.
Yeah.
You pick a comedy actor, stick him in this role, and this film would have changed tone not entirely. It was hilariously awful.
It's a pity Peter Cook's not alive, really.
It is.
Marriage.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I have come here to see this place rid of its spirits. What do you think, Dad?
I don't know. He looks like I met his spirit. I said, you're a bit of a cunt. And he said, "Oh, I'm not a cunt, you're a cunt."
Wow.
How can you tell if you're possessed then? Well, the eyes follow you around the room, Dad. Literally.
You know what? He started speaking English. That's how I knew he was possessed. Anyway, don't let him put you off, even if you are a panty sniffer. Anyway. Jesus Christ. No, he's not turning up. So yeah, I genuinely thought this was hilarious. I thought it was not scary in the slightest. I found every single scene has some unintentional level of ridiculous comedy, including the kids acting. I'm evil, and Ralph Ineson. Good, well done, Ralph. You weren't your conservatory.
I am Satan. I can throw a shoe over a roof.
Yeah. Can we hurry this up? I'm going to be Galactus and the Green Knight in about 3 minutes in the studio next door.
I'd be throwing a shoe over a planet. Yes.
So, yeah, Ralph Ineson earned his conservatory for 10 minutes worth of work. And, yeah, overall, I just thought it was ridiculous. It made me laugh, but it was ridiculous. It was it was just naff. It was naff, hilariously so, but it was naff. But yeah, there was bits about it. I started Googling it about 2 minutes in, and I probably didn't stop until about 10 minutes from the end, at which point I just thought, I can't anymore. My brain's just decided it's got to be somewhere else. Oh no, says the Pope as he falls over. No. Oh, for God's sake. Anyway, what about you, Dal? What did you think?
I've got to say, I'm like Elton. I actually had some fun with this. I thought it was I actually enjoyed watching it. I've got to say. Right. It's how can I describe it? It's a bit like watching. Well, I can't say it's a bit like watching Death Race with Jason Statham in it, where you know it's like, oh, this isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm. This is more like Jason Statham, the beekeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't, as you say, it wasn't really scary at all.
Not even close.
No, but I did wonder at some point, because you know there were a few dodgy bits in it. I did wonder where it was going to go. Sometimes it's like, hold on, no, this is a 15. They can't do anything too, you know, near the knuckle on it. Thankfully, so yeah, I it's just by the end of it, it was just like I've watched a Hallmark exorcism movie. Only it wasn't about a girl. Actually, it was about a girl coming from the big city.
Yeah.
To go to the... Oh, my God. Fuck, I've cracked it. I've cracked the code.
What?
That's it. It was a Hallmark exorcism movie about a woman who used to work in the big city, has now come to the countryside.
Yes.
For some reason.
Yep.
She meets a man who's not very good, who possesses her child. Yeah. So I think it's got all the elements.
Yeah.
Of a Hallmark movie.
Pretty much.
It's just a pity that the demon didn't actually own a pumpkin farm or something like that, you know.
Didn't sand boats.
Christmas tree farm.
Plantation.
Yeah, that's it, yes.
Yeah, he's got to be out on the beach sanding boats.
Or stuff like that, you know. She had to have a boyfriend who's sort of like, you know, who's the son of a rich person who's not very nice.
Yep.
Or she finds out at the last minute because he suddenly goes evil face that, oh no, he's not the man I want to marry.
Oh no.
Anymore.
I know, I have changed my mind.
I know. Oh, Vic, I fell.
I have been betrayed by the Satan. No. Yeah, go on. No.
So yeah, that's that really. Like I say, I had fun with it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Right. Well, let's just let's go to the let's go to the spoiler zone. Not that there's much to spoil, to be honest. If you've seen The Exorcist, you've seen this film. But let's just do it anyway. Here we go.
There will now be a short intermission.
Shut up, Wesley. Put your helmet on. We'll be reaching speeds of 3. Shut up, Wesley.
And here we are on the other side of the spoiler zone, and I still haven't made a decent jingle for that. I mean, where do we start with this, really? I mean, where do we start? I mean,
Is the Exorcist movies a trope in of itself?
Well,
the thing is, so yes, but in the case of this, this really, really badly just steals whole chunks from the original Exorcist.
Because
in a really brainless way, mind.
Yes,
but they really just pick up like cut and paste bits of the Exorcist plot and just jam it in here. Now, I remember the first time I watched it, I was thinking, oh well, The Exorcist was inspired by a real reported case of possession, and so all these quite similar. But then you get to a few more, but you go, no, they're stealing from The Exorcist now, just in like a magpie sort of fashion. And there's also bits from The Omen chucked in there as well, and it's a bit of a magpie movie composed of lots of bits of different various horror movies stitched together. And just say, Russell, can you just carry all this for us, please? Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, just need some whiskey. I'll be fine.
Do I get to keep the Vespa?
Yes.
The
Ferrari Vespa. Yeah, the one with the extra wide seat.
When he came round that corner, the first shot of him on that was terrific.
Yeah. I mean,
Lee.
Yeah.
I know what he reminds me of now.
Go on.
Do you remember? I mean, this is very niche. This will be between you and me because I'm sure we were stood there at the time when we saw this bloke.
Yes.
He looked like he was obviously wearing. He was really. He looked like he was wearing an extra baggy bike suit or whatever the fuck they call it, right? Because as he was going down the way, the wind has obviously caught him, and he looked like the size of a fucking beach ball, right? This bloke, and he was sat on this tiny, tiny bike.
It was like a bear riding on a tiny kid's tricycle.
It's like it's got to be the air getting into his suit because nobody is that shape. He was perfectly spherical, right?
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
So he's obviously he's had the zip open at the front. The wig got in his suit, and he just looks like a beach ball with arms, legs, and a head, riding a fucking moped down and way.
It was like the world's first squirrel suit before they'd actually invented them, and he just was a rather large chap on a very small bike. Yeah, I just remember it going past, going. You could hear the engine like really fighting, even though he was going downhill. Yeah. Oh my god! Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Sorry. Yeah. By the way, I would just say that Gabriel Amort is actually a real person.
He is.
And he was the one who The Exorcist the movie was actually based off of.
Yeah, I watched an interview with somebody who used to work with him, another priest, who. Confirmed to the guy doing the interview that yes, the story you watched is total bullshit. This never happened. Even Russell Crowe's come out and said this was like all artistic license. And he said out of all of the exorcisms that he did, and apparently he was like, I think the figure was something like 60,000 exorcisms that he was present at. Maybe a bigger number. He said he only saw levitation in one, and that was the very first one that he was present at.
It is also worth mentioning that he's cited in a number of different reports that say he says that Harry Potter and yoga are evil. But there you go.
Well, he said sugar was evil as well.
Yeah, yoga.
Yeah, I've tried yoga. It is evil. Yep, definitely.
Well, it is if the old wind starts going, Downward dog, ladies.
There's always at least one fart in every session.
There was. I mean, we used to have yoga at the office where I work. Where I work now, obviously, I'm not in the office anymore. I work from home. But the office used to have an evening yoga session. So I used to work late, and they all used to go and stand out in this sort of breakout room, and you'd always be sitting there, and the office was completely deathly quiet because everyone had gone home except for like maybe me and one or two other engineers, and you'd always hear them going, "Okay, we're going to go down into the Z position," and you'd hear echoing across the hallways. So yeah, I can see how yoga was evil. Anyway. Sorry, Jim. Carry on. Been derailed already. I don't know.
No, Darren was talking.
Oh, right. Sorry, Darren.
Yeah.
There you go. Go on. I tell you what, Dal. You said you had good fun with this. Go on. Go for it. Let loose, because I've got no questions anymore for this thing. It's just ridiculous. I've got just got a list of things where I started laughing, and I've got lots of them. So I'm just going to cite them out. Go on, as you go.
It's one of those sort of films. It's like Braveheart, right? Something like that. And it's just it's like you've got this historically incorrect. I don't believe any of this actually happened, but I'm just going to go with it anyway and watch it. And you have a good time watching that kind of film. Like I say, it's incorrect, of course, but it doesn't matter. It's entertaining, in a very sort of low key way, and that's what I thought this was.
Right.
I will agree with the thing that Russell Crowe was really, really good in this. I loved him in this. He was great. And it's like, well, that's money bagged for my conservatory. Yep. I'm really happy. So I'm just going to play this for laughs now. That's what I'm going to do.
I mean, the playing for laughs thing, if I can just interrupt for a second, the playing for laughs thing, do you think that was actually a direction thing, or was that just Russell just going off the chain because the director's not strong enough to hold him in place?
He's like, you know what? I've got a bank full of money. I don't really need to work, but you know what? I'm going to do this anyway. I'm going to have a bit of a laugh doing it.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I think he probably enjoyed working on this. I don't know. I've not read any sort of like interviews with him about whether he did enjoy it, but I would be surprised if he didn't enjoy working on this film and having a bit of a giggle with it.
Yeah.
Because I liked his character in general, right? I really did. Even when he's dealing with the cliches, like the angry boss. Yes, who wants him fired? Mm-hmm. I'll have your badge. Yes.
You got 24 hours, McGillicuddy.
Yep. Yeah, they've always got the Walter Peck in there, right? Okay, so he's Walter Peck, who's very angry, aggressive. Him
for no discernible reason.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. And there's also the fact that you've got I'm so done with rebellious teenagers in films. Now I'm just sick of it. Just can we have decent teenagers? Can we have it'd be really nice to have a teenager who actually had their act together, sort of. I don't know everything about life, but is like sensible to see that you don't need they don't need a sign to tell them not to walk over the manhole that's got no cover on it. That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just watch. Just watch Nice Guys. That'll do you.
Oh yes, of course.
His daughter there was the most sensible adult in the entire film.
She was, yes.
Yeah.
So there's that cliche, and then there's the cliche of the other child who's completely the opposite and doesn't really say much. He's quite innocent.
What a fine actor he was.
Hasn't spoken in a year.
No, not since he saw his father impaled in front of him. Oh my God! Cut to Spike through window, through Dad's head, through the back seat, stand and Spike about an inch away from the kid's face. And the kid has a look on his face like, I suppose we're not getting home for chips then. On his face. not a single emotion across that face. It was just like, oh, fuck.
If you're doing a film like this where you need a kid to get possessed, just a little note. I'm going to be a little bit critical. Do try and hire a kid who doesn't look like he's possessed already, please.
Yeah, we want to see the contrast.
I mean, he looked like an old man Steptoe had been de-aged with digital film work. You know what I mean? He kind of, you want a kid who looks, quite angelic. You know what I mean? Not someone who already looks like the devil's living there and has been for 20 years smoking fags and gin.
Yeah, he did look like Gollum had decided to have a life choice, wasn't it? It was like sort of gone off. I'll go.
He looked like he got fucking 4 rounds with Mike fucking Tyson by the end of it. It's just, what with the old, flattened nose and what have you in the final stages there.
He was just wearing a cling film on his face, wasn't he?
Something like that, yeah. He's like stocking. He's going off to do a bank job, Put the money in the booth. I'm sorry. Put the money in the booth. Put the bunny in the booth. Put the money in the. Oh fuck it! Just put the money in the fucking. Oh shit! You've seen me out, didn't he? Yeah. I mean, on the subject of him not speaking for a year, can you imagine if like one of those workmen had dropped a bag of spanners on his foot, and all of a sudden you hear from down the corridor, "Fucking hell!" Well, he's speaking in tongues.
How do we know? How do we know he's possessed? Well, he's speaking English. Bring me a pig. bring me an unconvincing pig. We'll sort this out.
Oh man. So yeah, I didn't. No, it's not a film to really be taken seriously.
You don't say.
Yeah. So I had fun with it. I just went with it. That was it. Went along for the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think got much choice, really, have you? You either go along for the ride or you kind of block it out.
Yeah. I mean,
psychologically block it out. Yeah.
I was going to say, I tell you, the closest thing it came to for me watching it was Street Fighter the movie.
Of course.
Of course. Where you've got one decent actor in there giving it his all, which may be either chewing on the scenery or going completely off script and going, you know what, fuck this. The director's got no chance. All the director's got to do is go cut, print, roll them, and just keep the camera pointed in the right direction and let the actor the overpaid actor just go off on one. And the rest of the film is just utter bobbins. And you can either sit there and go, oh, it's just utter bobbins, and just moan your way through it. Or you can just sit there going, this is just nuts. It's just the stupidest thing from start to finish. And laugh at it. Not in a back in action kind of way where you're just sitting there going, oh, this is just insulting my intelligence. The Pope's Exorcist at least had the sort of good decency to sort of have Russell Crowe, Joker it up. You know what I mean? It's sort of like it was his Joker moment. It was his kind of Jack Nicholson just goes, you know what? Fuck this script. You just point the camera at me. I'm just going to go off on one because you're paying me $20 million and I don't give a fuck. I'm in Italy and I'm on a holiday.
Is there wine? Like, yes, there is. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Is craft services free? Fan-fucking-tastic. Do I get to keep the Vespa? Brilliant. Okay, let's do this thing. I think we can have this done in a week.
I'm wondering, yes, you could put any comic actor in that role and get that same performance.
Yeah.
But without Russell Crowe, would that have been twisted into a comedy role?
Well, I think the genius of having Russell Crowe is because Russell Crowe is not at all convincing as a priest.
You don't say.
But you know what I mean? Some actors, for whatever reason, they just will not fit a certain role. And Russell Crowe is completely unconvincing as a priest, but that's why it works so well.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it should be a whole sequel of these, like the Pope's Mechanic. Pope's Gardener, and they all star Russell Crowe, and it'd be kind of like the Confessions of movies with Robin Asquith, sort of like that. It'd be the Pope's the Pope's Sandwich Man, the Pope's Dog Walker, and Russell Crowe is in all of them, and he rides a Vespa in all of them as well.
Pope's
and
IT support.
The more the roles can be completely out of character and beyond his range to be believable in, the better.
Oh God, that's brilliant.
I love that.
Russell Crowe is a fully Italian, non-English speaking fucking gardener.
The Pope's wife. Russell Crowe is the Pope's wife.
The Pope's concubine. Oh God. Yeah. I mean, I just think he should just do 200 sequels to this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they were setting up for. As soon as they said, there are 200 places where the demons have fallen, I just went, sequels. There you go. The Russell Crowe cinematic Vespa universe.
When was this made again?
Oh
it's 2023, so yeah, it's possible.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. It made $77 million. From a budget of 20.
I'd watch a sequel, definitely.
Oh, I definitely would. I just watch a sequel just for Russell Crowe. I mean, I'd actually entertain the hope they actually get a better plot for the second one. But to be honest, I wouldn't really care if I just get more Russell Crowe on a Vespa being cheeky to people.
Yeah. I hear you almost died, my friend. It was okay. Like, fucking hell, fire. Hold on. Were you 5 minutes ago looking in a pit of fire with your face stretched while Virgin Mary tries to basically gang rape you against a cross? It's like, oh, I think you might have some psychological issues you need to work through there, Russ.
You haven't been to the venue, have you?
No, you clearly haven't done the Electric Ballroom on a Saturday night. Yeah, apparently May 2024, the Popes Exorcist 2 was greenlit. So there you go. Give it time, it'll turn up. Probably straight to video and probably starring Thomas Jane in the main role. Yeah, I just thought it was. I thought the funniest thing about it was that it played it so straight, and that someone somewhere clearly thought that it was scary, and then when it didn't obviously deliver the scares to the test audiences, there's a moment when the film just goes crazy, go bonkers, which is the bit when the family for some reason are pulled into the room with Russell Crowe and panty sniffing priest, and they're all standing there, and then all of a sudden, like the daughter gets possessed as well, does some kind of weird spider walk, climbs up the walls, looks on the ceiling and goes, ah, and you think, right, this is all kicking off now, and then 5 seconds later it's just like, nah, it's done. It's fine.
Yeah, it kind of reels itself in, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just like kind of like, here's the crazy go bonkers things. Here's the trailer shot. Here's the lady on the ceiling. Now she's fighting her mum in the bath, and Russell Crowe's going black eyes, and panty sniffing priest is hanging himself by his own cassock, and then all of a sudden it's just like, and then it just goes, nah. Just stop. We got 40 minutes left. Nah. Everyone just go back to your normal places. It's just like, oh, is that not the finale? Nah. Yep. We just wanted to make sure the audience was awake, so we just went, just throw everything at it, and then we just changed their minds.
I think there was quite a lot of that all the way through the movie, because there was a moment where they were down in the dungeon and they'd met the guy in the middle with the ring, and there was a moment that they looked at the gates and the gates had the spikes on the inside, and it was the realization of, no, this is keeping something in instead of stopping from something from outside coming in. And it's like, okay. But they'd smashed through a wall.
Yeah. Yeah. The demon couldn't go out the front door, so it went out the back.
Yeah, because the demon had already been out and got Henry through the hole in the wall. And you're like, well, I
wonder where you were going with that.
The demon had possessed Henry upstairs.
Through the hole, steady.
Yeah, steady.
By vacating the dungeon with the crack in the wall. But the doors and the gates were kind of made up to be a big thing of, well, you're keeping something in here, but it never really went anywhere with that at all.
But that's pretty much could sum up the whole film. It did lots of things and went nowhere.
Well, there's lots of things like, the little boy he hasn't spoken for a year for his father's death. That's just tossed in, and you're like, oh, I thought you'd just been hadn't had any lines.
Yeah,
there's so much that's just kind of just like chucked around and thrown away, and it's kind of, I don't care. I mean, for me, it's very much a bit of a game of two halves. I think the first half is better. So the grand finale does just going kind of, the script just says, this, you get to a certain point and it goes like 10 pages of special effects, please.
Yes.
And that's it,
Release the tennis balls.
Yeah. It is just kind of, okay. I mean, it was all nicely done and it was fun to watch, but, for this sort of movie, I mean, just to be slightly serious, I mean, if you're telling a story, these sort of devil stories, the way you tell them right is you always have to outwit him. And that's where that sort of twist of where you kind of, I'm smarter than you, you stupid demon. You're bound by stupid rules. I'm a human. I can be sneaky and, and you outwit him. And that's that's the good payoff. Here we just had, now what can we do? Flying Virgin Mary turns into a demon? Yeah, let's do that. That'll work. That'll be brilliant.
Yeah.
Huge obelisk with pentagrams on. Yes, this is so metal.
Yeah. We'll have the lake turn into lava. Yes, let's have a naked lady appear behind him with a horrible face.
But it is kind of very like a very sort of like black metal sort of sensibility. This movie, it's all over the top, operatic, derivative, and none of it makes a lick of sense. But it's very entertaining.
Yeah, God loves a trier, so they say.
Yeah.
I mean, God, give me a go. I'd say the bit when I knew that we were in for a laugh rather than the film was the bit with the pig, and that was 6 minutes into the film. I know this because I tell you what, I've got a list. Right, I've got a list. I looked at that pig as he walked in and he goes, "Lovely pig." And the bloke goes, "Yes, it's a lovely pig. It's one of the best." And they all go, "Ha ha 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 ha." And the pig is quite clearly a head, a plastic head on a stick. There's no pretense. Yeah, it was about as real as a fucking Lego pig. I mean, it was just no. I went, something's going to happen to that pig because it's literally just a plastic pig. And it was like, right. And then as you say, the trick is to get demons out by outwitting them or outplaying them. And all he did was, I bet you can't go in that pig. I bet you can't. You're rubbish, you are. You can't go in that pig. And the demon goes, "I bet I can." Goes in the pig, shoot the pig. It's like,
well, that's kind of the Exorcist card played already, isn't it?
Well, I bet you can't go in the pig. I don't remember that in The Exorcist.
No, but we've all seen The Exorcist, and I'm assuming the people listening to this have seen The Exorcist. If you haven't, then skip forward 30 seconds. But the priest gets the demon jumps into the priest, and he jumps out the window.
Yeah.
And that's how the demon is removed. And that was the moment there. And it still copied The Exorcist verbatim all the way through.
Yeah. Because that was the whole point. It's like, this is, pardon me. That was the
the demon speaks.
The demon speaks. Hold on, where's Ralph Ineson? Hold on, I owe him a $5. Hold on. Hello, Dacia Sandero. Dacia, get your Dacia out.
Yeah. And there was no way this was going to be scary for me at all. No way.
Not even close.
No, as soon as I saw Russell Crowe on that Vespa as he came around the corner, I thought that was brilliant. That's fucking gorgeous, that is.
It is a great moment in cinema.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, it is.
And I think that's the moment you know where you are and what's about to be hitting you, because you can't take that serious.
No, you could almost play the theme tune to Mork and Mindy over the top of him going around various locations in Italy and Spain.
Mm-hmm.
So the music's just played, and you just have him just driving past on different little Vespers.
Well, have you seen this? There's a Father Brown spin-off show, Sister Bonnie fans.
Oh yeah,
the opening credits is her on her moped. It's a cartoon, and that's what it reminded me of. Can I find it? Let's have a look.
Didn't you put the GIF of that in the chat when we were setting everything up this morning?
No, I couldn't find it on the GIF. I was looking for it.
No. Oh dear. I mean, you're right there, Dal.
Yeah.
See, one trick it does play. I thought it was okay. You sly little bastards, because you got Russell Crowe speaking Italian. You're like, he's not going to do that all the way through, is he? Surely he's not going to do an Italian movie in Italian. And I don't know how much Italian he knows, or if he just learned the lines, or what. But then it's like, oh yes, we need to go to Spain. And to do this, and the only common language we have in between us is English.
Yeah,
what a coincidence!
Isn't that convenient?
And now all we have to do is silly Italian accents.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the intro.
Hello, innit?
Yeah,
that's basically it. They start off, and it's just like, we'll just pretend they're speaking the language if they put the accent on, and that's it.
Sorry, I'm just watching the intro Jim's just put up. Yeah, I mean, the Italian accent didn't bother me as much as I thought it would, because
I thought it was really good, actually.
No. I mean, I spent 6 years of my Cartoon Network stint in a department where like 60% of them were Italian. I learned lots of Italian swear words, and every fucking 5 minutes they drop into Italian. It'd be allora, come stai? And it's just like, oh my god, just give me the panettone. Shut up and sit down. Make me a coffee. You can always make nice coffee. Go away. But so it didn't bother me that much. What really made me laugh was just the fact that the logic of everything, just you could tell when the writers just didn't have time, so they turned things into gags. So like the thing with the panty sniffing priest, I know I shouldn't keep calling him that, but it just made me laugh. When they're trying to say, he goes, right, okay, you can absolve yourself of your sins. And he goes, when was your last confession? He goes, 8 years. He goes, oh, we haven't got time for that. Fuck it. Yeah. You're forgiven. And you think any other film would do like, yes, but why did you stop? And then have a really heartfelt sort of, back and forth. But instead you get Russell Crowe go, oh, we ain't got time for that. You sorry? Yes, I'm sorry too. Bless you. Let's get going. Let's get going. Pub's closing up. Too long, didn't listen. Let's get going. Pub's closing half an hour. Come on. If we get a wiggle on, we can still make last orders.
Get to the end.
Exactly. And then 5 minutes later, he's like, I am a fool. You did not give away all your sins. And it's like, hold on. How many writers are on this? And there's one room trying to make something serious, and then the other room just going, I can't be fucked with what's coming through from the other room. What do they want me to do again? I'm not writing that. Just put in Russell says something funny. Move on.
The books are good.
The books are good. Necklace. Holy fire insurance. It's like, really? Really? I shall pray for Guam. It's like, Jesus Christ. I have what is your nightmare, priest? France winning the World Cup. It's like, oh my God. It's like, no. Just fucking 1 second. Take it seriously for 1 fucking second. And if you're not, go the other way. Go full comedy. Go pants on head nuts. Just go for it. But oh God. Now
Yeah.
You've been quiet for a few minutes because you couldn't get a word in edgeways. Go for it. Throw your thoughts out there, my friend.
Thoughts about which I like,
about
stuff
anything
like about it.
Yeah, we'll go for it. Whatever.
It was just those two little cliche bits at the beginning. I thought, oh, I'm not going to enjoy this, am I? This is what it's going to be. It's just going to be everything taken. It's going to be every single beat you've seen in every other straight to video exorcism sort of like film. And thankfully, it didn't quite go that way. It turned into a sort of buddy cop movie in the end of it.
48 hours with Cossack.
48 hours, yeah. I'm too old for this shit,
I need to go to work.
Timmy, grab me my tools.
We've got to get rid of the axe. Why? Because you might cut off my face with that. I like your face. Keep the axe.
I tell you, I did think you'd laugh. I could imagine you laughing because the bit with the priest, was it the Pope, is reading the redacted notes.
What the fuck is this? Who's drawn lines through my fucking book? This book's 200 years old. You fucking scribbled on it. Which cunt did this?
Worst redacting ever.
I was going to say
biro lines.
Biro lines.
I can't understand a thing. Yeah, there's a thin line through everything. Oh, I can't possibly read this.
But it was the bit when he opened up the tiny note. He opened up the tiny note and he went, what is this? And it just cut to an ambulance going across the bridge. It's like, what is this?
It's the electricity bill. They've obviously somebody's left the heating on when they like the heating fan in a room. They've left it on while they've fallen asleep.
It was just what? No, just driving him off. And then you see him again, and it's like Spike Milligan. It's like when they pulls off the mask, and he just goes, "It's." Oh God, fucking so silly! It was so silly from start to finish. Franco Nero in that fucking in that bed, and it's like he's had a heart attack. He's bleeding out from his mouth and over the evil priest. I mean, it was just like, where's that all come from? What's that got to do with anything? And then it was, Okay, here's one sensible question. What did we think about the twist? The Spanish Inquisition was actually the devil's idea, or Asmodeus's idea?
All right.
It was kind of...
Okay.
It doesn't make a lick of sense. And then he's kind of he possesses Old Man Steptoe Jr. as bait to get Russell Crowe, so Russell Crowe can get into the Vatican. It's kind of, are you doing this the long way around? Just not, and someone being possessed and rolling around vomiting pea soup. I mean, I don't think that's really like deep cover.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, if he can possess anyone, then why can't he just possess the priest from the start, or the Pope? Yeah, exactly. And then the Jesus statue starts leaking blood. That's never mentioned again.
Nope.
It's just like, oh, right, okay. I just wow. Wow. I've got nothing. I mean, I've got a list. I've got a list of things. I like the lady jumping off the roof, and it creates a nice angel wing blood splat because suicides appreciate on the nose symbolism. and also, has anyone spoken to the insurance company because the amount of glass smashed in that building throughout the whole course of that film, everything someone smashed into was glass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it had to look dramatic. Oh God, what else have I got here? Everything's redacted, brackets lightly scribbled over. He's one of the greatest exorcists of all time. How can you tell? It's like Russell Crowe rocks up, starts drinking whiskey, and then Priest Panty Sniffer goes, "You're in luck. This is one of the greatest exorcists of all time." He's like, "Really? When was that said?" Anyone? And what was the jelly pigeon strawberry sauce thing that the kid threw up?
There was a little bird, wasn't it? When he was
in the flashback. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, being hunted by the Nazis.
And then in his first exorcism with the girl who committed suicide, she had a red bird and bit his head off.
Yeah.
So...
and
well, it's all red birds, isn't it? Isn't that enough?
I mean, that's
the logic this film operates on. Red
exactly.
bird in the street for no reason. Okay.
Yeah.
Red bird. She does an Ozzy Osbourne on it. And then the kid throws up a red bird. See,
it's all connected.
And if you don't like that, here's some special effects to take your mind off it.
Yeah, exactly. And don't worry, the Angry Birds movie sequel, Shadow Drop, is quite elaborate, but we get round to it at the end. You know, you look at that and you go, "Oh wow!" And then I was just expecting Russell Crowe to sort of start going, and a green pig flying over through a fucking window or something. Angry Birds, deep cut. Never mind. Don't worry.
Yes.
Anyway,
the little red ones split into three as well, don't they?
Yeah, that was it. I thought it was the
was it
yellow
the blue
ones? The blue ones. The blue ones do the splitting. The yellow ones dive down, don't they? And the black ones explode, and the red ones just default throw them at a wall.
Oh, the red ones are the first ones, aren't they?
Yeah. Anyway,
Angry Birds.
Angry Birds. Right. Anyone got anything else? Anyone?
These films.
The sequel.
These films can scare me.
Right. Actually, yeah, where are we on the roast potato scale for this?
Nowhere near. The potatoes are still in the bag in the co-op. So
Nice.
But
I'm back.
Sorry, Dal?
I'm back. I disappeared for a while there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We just thought you'd fallen asleep. But
No, it went again. I don't know what the hell's going on, but this is twice. It's just dropped the connection.
It's the devil.
No audio at all. So
devil wants you.
The devil.
Yeah. Ralph Ineson. Dacia Sandero. He wants your internet. You there now? Have you dropped
Yes,
again?
I'm still here.
Maybe if you hum, we can make sure you know you're there.
Sing a song in the background?
Yeah. Just sing some.
I'm a priest in Italy on the mopeds, and I ride around on my moped, exercising ghosts and shit, and drinking coffee or whiskey, and sugar is for the devil. No.
I was just being quiet so I could snip that out and use that in the future. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful work.
Beautiful.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That's the creative genius behind the Black Dog podcast right there.
Yeah.
That's what made 600 episodes, ladies and gentlemen. That's what got us to where we are now. Oh, drinking coffee.
Ross Kemp on gangs, going round all the gangs. It's Ross Kemp on gangs.
Army Vespa.
Ross Kemp on gangs. Oh, fuck it. I've got to look that up on YouTube now. Have you ever seen that? The Ross Kemp on gangs talking to all the gangs. Looking at all the gangs. Ross Kemp on gangs.
Wow. Fucking genius. Right. Go on. Sorry. You were saying about being not scared.
Oh, yeah. Getting scared. So, okay. Borderlands is a massive favourite, but that scared the bejesus out of me. And yet it didn't show anything. And I know we go back to the show less, you get more.
Yeah.
And this proves it, I think. But I think they got to the point of, we're in comedy, so we can throw CGI at that. And CGI, when you're talking about demons and devils, doesn't really work for me. No. It's never going to give me the heebie-jeebies. But if you give me like, I don't know, a church room and one of the crucifix slightly move, then I'm scared as fuck.
Well, that's fair enough, because it's that whole thing, isn't it? It's the bit in your imagination. What's coming next? What's happening? Why? Whereas you're sitting there going, "Why?" As you're watching it, just why?
Yeah. I don't understand, Russell. You've fallen so far.
Yeah. Hold on, that guy from Gladiator. Hold on, did the other guy from Gladiator? What's going on here? What? Why is he on a Vespa?
But no, I've got nothing else.
Okay, Jim?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Just bring on the sequel.
Bring on the sequel.
All 199 of them. I'm up for that.
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, we should start the petition now. Popes Exorcist 99, or Pope Exorcist 199. Yeah, just the Pope Exorcist universe. He has a different Vespa for a different country. So he's in Italy, he gets the Ferrari. And then he goes to America, he gets the Dodge Vespa. Goes to Britain, he gets the Mini Vespa. He can have a Vespa for every country. It could be like Thunderbirds. He can just have colour-coded Vespas for wherever he goes.
Well, perhaps a big Pope's Exorcist sort of, thing that drops down pods to release them. I'm in England now. I will need the Robin Reliant for this one.
He could be the Pope's Iron Man, couldn't he?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes. Jarvis.
Antonio Stark. Hey.
Yeah. I need suit number 53. And then Cassock comes down and just lowers over him, and he just gets on another. Yeah, a whole bunch of different coloured Vespas just go underneath him while he's just hanging from a harness.
Like Thunderbird 2. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, love it. Oh, Jesus. Dal, you got anything else?
No.
Not even on gangs.
So that's all I've got in my head now is Ross Kemp on gangs. And it's that one where they overdub it with Welsh accents. They go after what was it? It's the episode where they go and look at a gang in Mexico, and they just overdubbed a lot of the gang with Welsh accents. So, and I've just found it.
Yeah. If you're looking for anything like that, look for Adam Buxton when he dubbed over the top of the Beach Boys singing Barbara Ann. That's something. That's just a magical moment. He played it on Countdown, and it's just like they're all standing there and they've taken all the music away, and it's just like five old guys going Barbara Ann. Barbara Ann. Barbara Ann. Yeah. It's a lot funnier than I did it. Anyway, right. So, let's leave it there. I think if anybody's got anything they'd like to add, anything they want to send in, for the Pope's Vesper, I'm sorry, the Pope's Exorcist, the Pope's Dream Plum, the Pope's Vesper, the Pope-mobile, the Pope-mobile universe. I've read the electricity bill. Just send it into feedback at blackdogpodcast.com, or you can get on the Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/the Black Dog Podcast, and leave some feedback underneath the episode. Or you can go on to Blue Sky, where even though the Black Dog Podcast is on there, it's literally just posting new episodes. That's all it's doing. But I am on there, cartoonbeardy.bsky.social. And leave a message there and I'll read it out. And that's about it, really. You can leave one of those messages. Before we go to what's coming next, and Elton's choice, we'll do the phrase that pays. Who can think of a phrase that's got to go in? Got to go at the end here that someone can say on the Facebook group to prove that they've got this far.
Oh, we need to go into the quotes, don't we, on IMDb, I think.
Yes, I think so. Hold on
a second.
Yeah, hang on. Pope's Exorcist, straight into IMDb. Hold on. By the way, while you're looking, it is worth mentioning that
the books are good.
The books are good. Yeah. Yes.
It's a nice pig.
It's a nice pig. And Russell Crowe did get nominated for Worst Actor in the Golden Raspberry Awards, but did actually win Best Actor at the Irish Television Awards.
Swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, make of that what you will. Where are we? The IMDb.
I'd say the books are good.
The books are good. But you got to do it. We got to do it with the extra emphasis. The books are good. You need to put the O's in there. It's all in the O's. The books are good. Hold on. I might find another one on. What was it? Thomas, use the medal. Thomas, use the medal. I keep thinking of I can't really say it like this anymore, but it's Thomas, there's a mouse in the house. But yes. Thomas, so either the books are good or Thomas, use the medal. Up to you. Just put it up on the Facebook group to prove that you have got this far. Right. So, away from the absolute ridiculousness of the Pope's in Taylor, let's move on to next week's film, and it's your choice, Elton. So,
yes,
what have you got for us?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This week's choice is definitely a choice. Now, it might cause some people some stress. It's only an hour and a half movie, so that is good. I think it might feel like 2.5 hours, though.
I'm already getting the fear. I'm not going to lie.
It's a film I know that you've seen before, Lee.
Yes.
And I've seen once. I think I own it. I'm not too sure if I do or not.
What is it? In one of the wings of your massive house?
Yes, that's right. Yes,
right. Okay.
In the West Wing.
Did you see it on one of the haunted tellies?
No, it wasn't on the haunted TV. But
don't worry, we sent someone around on an Exorcist bike to get you.
Yeah,
to come and save you. Yeah, go on.
I really struggled with this movie, but I'm intrigued in watching it again because I didn't have a clue what was going on the first time I watched it. And that film is Upstream Colour.
Oh, my Lord.
What?
Oh, okay.
Which is on Amazon Prime.
Uptown Marzi Bar. By the Sweet Shop Boys. Sorry. Upstream Colour. Oh, Uptown Funk.
Yeah.
Right, upstream colour. Right.
Gonna give it
What's
to you.
On
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Saturday night and then in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Do. Yeah.
Oh no, he's falling down the staircase. Oh, ow! Oh.
Upstream colour. Yes. It's a film. It's a choice.
Yep.
It's okay.
I'm not expecting people jumping for joy about this.
That's handy.
Seen it? I've never fucking heard of it.
Well, let's give you a bit more context. The person who made this, if I'm not mistaken, is the writer and director who made
the genius behind
the guy who wrote
The Football
Primer.
Factory.
No, Primer.
Yeah, I was just looking at the wiki. Shane Carruth.
Yep.
Yes.
Directed by Shane Carruth, written by Shane Carruth, produced by Shane Carruth, starring Shane Carruth, cinematography by Shane Carruth, edited by Shane Carruth. Jonathan Cohen was on the piano, but Shane Carruth was the one who played it.
Jonathan Cohen. Fucking hell. That's
seriously, he did the music as well.
Really?
And then that's only the handful of credits that are on the Wikipedia little sort of quick facts bit. If you go into IDB with craft services,
yes,
Best Boy, Key Grip, Marzipan Wrangler.
You had one job.
Yeah. There's
there was marzipan in the kitchen, Phil. People died.
There's your phrase. There's marzipan in the kitchen, Phil. People died. That's the phrase that pays. There you go, right there.
What's this film called again?
Upstream Colour.
Right. Okay.
Hold on.
Okay, fine.
Hold on.
Go.
It's saying here.
I just put it into Google and for some reason it come up with Upstream Factory and I'm thinking, what is this talking about?
Hold on. Is this actually on Prime or is this on
I'm
Prime?
looking at it right now. It's saying included with Prime.
Okay. No, I'm just double checking because the bit that says Prime add-on subscription. Hold on one second. I'm just double checking. Not that I don't believe you.
Stay on the line, caller.
Yeah. There'll be a brief intermission.
Oh, Amazon Prime free of charge according to Google Play.
So, there are two people cuddling in a bath.
That's the
one.
fella.
That one.
Yep, it's definitely on Prime. It's definitely on Prime. I'm looking at it now on my phone.
Apparently, it's also on the Internet Archive, which worries me. So someone's disowned this already.
It was, I think, the phrase cheap, but it's a definite movie with a definite choice, and it's yes,
that's what I thought.
It is definitely
Enjoy, feast upon the banquet in which I provide to you.
Thank you, Elton. I don't know what to say. I've seen this once. Jim, have you seen this?
No, I've not. No.
Okay,
I'm
Darren,
you've intrigued and afraid.
How long's it been since you had LSD? Just asking. When was the last time you mixed your hallucinogens? I'm just asking because it may appear to be relevant once you finish watching this film.
Speedball, sir.
Yes. How does Sir feel about mainlining some Class A drugs straight into the eyeballs? Anyone? Right. Okay, Elton. And you say you couldn't get through this.
I've watched it. I didn't understand it.
For those who haven't actually got Amazon Prime, it's actually free on YouTube.
Oh, there you go.
You've got the Upstream Colour 2013 1080p Blu-ray version.
Yep.
On there as well.
Oh, wow, they made a Blu-ray version out of it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's a thing. That's definitely a thing, and it's definitely a thing we're going to be watching next week. Thanks, Elton.
You're welcome. Should be fun.
Yes, it should. It should. If nothing else, it has 0 Vespers. I can tell you that for nothing. So, there you go. Right. Okay, so we'll be back for Upstream Colour next week. I'm also looking forward to Martin Thompson bending over backwards trying to make a connection between the Popes Exorcist and Upstream Colour when he comes to doing his thing on the Facebook group. I think it may break his brain trying to make some kind of connections. If you can make 7, Martin, and one of them can't be it was filmed and shown in the cinema.
It was reviewed by the Black Dog.
Yeah, you can't have either of those. That doesn't count. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Right. So, Jim.
Yes.
What's happening over at hypnogoria.com?
I've just finished my 2-part retrospective / tribute to the late great Mr. David Lynch.
Lovely.
And also released, what have I released? A very strange, kind of quite Lynchian actually, short story by Mr. Ambrose Bierce.
Mm-hmm.
And this Friday we'll be seeing the release of the traditionally highly inappropriate Commentary Club Valentine special, which this year is the deeply, deeply romantic film, My Bloody Valentine 3D.
Nice. I thought you were going to say The Substance. That's a date night movie right there.
Well, that might be a future Valentine thing.
Skeletor's Day.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, right. Brilliant. And that's over at hypnogoria.com.
It is.
Brilliant. And what about you, Elton? What's going on in Rogue 2 land?
I'm trying to think now. I've recorded some bits, but yeah, they're not available at the moment. So anything that does turn up, it'll be on rogue2media.com.
Lovely. Okie dokie. And Darren, anything you want to tell us about?
No, apart from the fact that, like Jim, I should be watching something very inappropriate for Valentine's Day.
Really?
Which is a film called Heart Eyes.
Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough.
That's what me and Rhea have chosen to do.
Cool. Well,
go.
Congratulations on ruining your Valentine's Day. That's well done. I, on the other hand, will be sitting at home playing Helldivers on Friday the 14th while Carol goes off to Rangers to do Rangers things. So there you go. It's all good. Romance. Never dead. Just sleeping. Right. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Elton.
No problem.
And as ever, thank you all for listening to us. And we shall see you all next week for Upstream Colour. Until then, allora, arrivederci, bonza, rompicoglione, which is actually a swear word. Ballbuster, apparently. And yes, cazzo. And we'll see you all next week. Until then, take care. Tatty bye.
Bye-bye.
Arrivederci.
Ta-da.
Golani.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me down the road. It's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll want to settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on.
I already came for a kebab.